Yeah, I feel like I could do an entire like mini series on the channel about character assassination. That might be something fun to do once season 4 goes on a mid-season hiatus. But yeah, it was at this moment that Aaron should have just walked away from Karen and never looked back. I mean, for me personally, I've just been laughing so hard at the comments that I have seen when I posted this to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the community tab right here on the channel. It's just the fact that not only did Aaron, come into the office because he heard a lot of commotion going on, even though Pan tried to stop him, but it's the fact that he clearly saw Karen getting her weave, fucked out, but he decides to just sit outside and wait until they finish. And then, after Zach leaves, Karen sits down and talks to him about apologizing. And then Aaron took it like a champ. But this was the last time we truly saw Aaron have a spine in terms of, you know what? I need time and, don't call me, I'll call you. That was like the last time that Aaron, walked away like a boss. After this moment, it was simp Aaron. Just simp. Because to me, this moment kind of destroyed Aaron as a character, as a man. Because after this, it was all about showing Karen why he's the better man than Zach. That he's better sexually, in bed and whatnot. But, just based on how into it Karen was with Zach, Aaron can't come close. In my opinion, just based on the fact that when these two did have sex not too long after this office session, Karen was still like calling Zach's name because Aaron revealed that the reason that after he and Karen had sex that night and he just dipped, literally and figuratively, he left the apartment. He did reveal that the reason I left was because, I could hear you moaning like, Zach. So I just like, nope, I'm out of here. So looking at the comments, people are like, yeah, he's a moron for not leaving. He just sat there. And it was just weird because of the fact that later that night, I believe it was that same night, because this was also the beginning of Aaron doing the saying that, hey, Karen, I will give you space, or I need to get some space. But then immediately after, he will pop up unannounced. Hey, I brought you some ice cream. And, oh, I brought you some flowers. Oh, I just wanted to see how you were doing. Oh, I came to rub your feet. All that was going on. And it got to the point where it was just pathetic to watch. So it just seems that for someone whose key sin of a partner is to cheat, ruining their relationship, hence why he divorced his ex-wife, who, his late ex-wife who killed herself, you would think that walking in on Karen with another man, or her ex specifically, would be the straw that broke the camel's back and make Aaron just leave. I think it's kind of an ego thing, just like I think Cheeto or KJ said in an interview with TV Line. Matter of fact, I don't even know if TV Line is even covering Sistas anymore. They haven't done an article in like 2 weeks, I think. When it comes to Gary, it's like Andy is a prize to be won. His ego won't allow him to lose in terms of Andy. And I kind of feel the same vibe with Aaron. Can you imagine being in his position and you lose the woman that you've invested time and, affection and whatnot into? You invested that in Karen, only to lose that because of her convicted felon or, criminal ex-boyfriend. It feels like it just doesn't sit well with him, because it's crazy to me that Aaron would suggest to Gary, well, have you tried dating someone else, or, try and see somebody else? And then I don't know if I can't recall if Aaron said, have you tried to make her jealous by, dating someone else? I forgot. I just know that Aaron said that to Gary in his office when he was flipping out about Andy having Robin in the penthouse. And then that's when Gary flipped it like, didn't your wife kill herself? It was just one of those things where he would give that kind of advice, but it's like, well, Aaron, why don't you follow your own advice? Not in the vein of making Karen jealous, but why don't you just simply go pursue someone else? I mean, obviously now I understand a bit better why he is insistent on, interacting with her, because she might be carrying his child. But at the same time, you need to back on up, bro. Back on up. Who said that? That's right, man. Oh, yeah, that was Martin. And, he was talking to fake Michael Jackson. Back on up. The real Michael got glitter on his socks. Back on up, bruh. All right, but moving forward in the timeline, aside from the whole salon thing, and all the times that Karen called out Zach's name when they were getting intimate, but this woman said in your not only did she despise you because of your insistence about the baby timeline and the fact that she hated that you pushed to have the doctor's appointment, but she was mad that you were happy that your timeline was right. Basically, Aaron was full of joy that, oh my God, wow, Karen could be carrying my child, and she just felt distraught and disdain. I mean, if a woman told me she hopes the baby inside of her is another man's baby, I wouldn't stick around for that. That is because my thing is this. Imagine if, let's say, and I'm just, hypothetical here. I'm thinking like all the times, Zach is rightfully avoiding, not trying to interact with Karen. Like, and if, obviously he won't get back together with Karen over Fatima, you can imagine Karen would use this child to, make Zach's life miserable. And, look, I can attest to this, from my own family, family member experiences where there are like, certain people who will turn their child against their, parent. Like, let's say if the child's with the father, the father will make the child think bad of their mom or vice versa. I think Karen would kind of do the same thing. When I was pregnant with you, your daddy was nowhere to be found. He didn't want to have anything to do with me because he was chasing after another woman. And then if it's Aaron's baby, it's kind of weird because it's like, imagine like as the kid grows up, there's going to be questions like, Daddy, how did you and Mommy meet? Well, we, she kind of laid me out in front of everybody in the grocery store. And, when when she was pregnant with you, when you were in her belly, she literally said she didn't want the baby. She didn't want you to be my child. She wanted it to be the child of her ex. So I really wasn't around, or your mom didn't want to have anything to do with me when she was pregnant with you. See how that's weird? It's funny how, Karen keeps talking about how weird it's going to be if this is Zach's baby. And it's like, well, what about Christmas? What about Aaron? That's all I'm saying. Like, I get it. The dude does need to give you space. I mean, it's just weird for him to say, I'll give you space, or I'll respect your wish to be single, but you still want me to be here. And as confusing as a statement for that to be made from Karen, it doesn't really matter because Aaron doesn't respect her boundaries. Yes, what Karen is doing is messed up. And to be truthful, I've said before, I get why Aaron is insistent about, learning about the baby details, because this could be his child. Yes, it is Karen's body. So I keep wondering, like, you keep saying, well, I want to have this baby, but you don't want it to be Aaron's. You feel and you know that it's Zach's. What if the baby is Aaron's? Or if there's a third or fourth party involved we don't know about, what if the baby isn't Zach's baby? What the hell are you going to do? Give it up for adoption? Or what if you find out through a DNA test prior to giving birth that it's not Zach's? Will you keep the baby or terminate the baby? These are questions we need to know, because Karen is just, dragging her feet. She's so insistent on it being Zach's. She never accepts the possibility or thinks about the reality of, wait, what if it isn't Zach's baby? What am I going to do then? That's the one question I really want to know. So when it comes to Aaron, I really think it comes down to ego. I'm not saying he doesn't have feelings for Karen, but I think it really comes down to Zach. The fact that Zach was able to make her, the way he was able to bump and grind with Karen to the point where she's just stuck on him instead of him. Aaron has done everything but the one thing he should do, just walk away. And not just myself, but people, there have been fans who've been saying this for well over a year. The minute Aaron decides to pursue someone else, he's bringing ice cream, pickles. Well, then again, pickles is a pregnancy thing, but I'll just say pickles. The moment he's bringing pickles and ice cream and rubbing on another woman's feet, Karen is going to be pissed. Bet money. All the times I'm so confused and life is crazy and I want this baby to be Zach's, and Aaron, we don't know each other well enough. I need space. I want to be single right now. Leave me alone. Go away. All of that is going to be null and void as soon as Aaron is with someone else. Bet money. If Zach wants to get Karen off his case, convince Aaron to pursue someone else. That's the moment she's going to lose her damn mind. Y'all know it's true, because that's how it is. It's like that scene from The Fairly Odd Parents when I think Timmy wished for no emotions and like Trixie, his crush, got on, Timmy sat beside her on the bus, and then it's like, I'm ignoring you. Timmy, no response. Hey, I'm ignoring you. You're supposed to care. And then next thing you know, she actually wants to be his girlfriend. But before that, he was simping for her heart and she wouldn't give him the time of day. So the minute that Karen feels alone, that's the minute. What's that like saying that's always passed around on the internet? Like, people don't know how much you help them, flourish or blossom until you cut the faucet off. And then that's when they realize, oh shit, like I'm lacking something. So I'm not saying Aaron and Karen need to be together. I think Aaron could do much better. If these two stuck on the same like path they were in season 2 prior to the Zach and Karen, 1-2 step in The Office, these two would have made a great couple because of the fact that Aaron was bringing out a side of Karen none of the other sisters have seen before, and a side that even Zach wasn't able to bring out. And then, of course, the same is said of Zach and Zatima and their dynamic, but that's has enough problems in it, right now. So I don't even want to bring that into the conversation. But like I mentioned, the first week Sistas came back for season 5. I don't think Karen needs a baby because of the fact that she is not in a place to give love. She is bitter. She is angry. And she is delusional. The fact that, like I said earlier in the video about, if the baby's this, person's or that person's, if it's Aaron, she's going to forever resent the baby because of the fact that it's not Zach's. And, if it's Zach's baby, she's going to forever resent the fact that Zach has moved on and used that child to, get at the father. So I just really think that a lot of healing needs to take place. And when it comes to those letters Miss Lisa's talking about, I really don't think they're going to work because it seems it's all about what Karen feels, what Karen wants to get off her chest. And like I said, I have no doubt her letter to Zach is going to be like 5 pages long, whereas her letter to Aaron is going to be like 1 or 2 sentences. I ain't feeling you like that. Like, why don't you let the fellas write their letters? Like I said, Zach has nothing to say. He's made his feelings known plenty of times. Aaron is the one where, didn't he like draw a sketch of Karen, but they were all like little tiny words, affirmations, and all this other shit, like letters to the baby and whatnot, where it was all sweet and they were getting on to the girls interrupted. But then not long after, she's back to chasing Zach. So I don't know. It's just wild. Aaron should just move on. But the moment he does, he's going to be villainized as, he's not, he used to call, he's going to be the same way with Zach. He's not answering my calls. He doesn't want to have anything to do with me. She's the victim when she was the one treating him like shit. And Aaron, he was the one who kept staying. But the moment he decides to go out with someone else, that's when Karen's going to snap out of her confusion and then, start being mad at him. Kind of in the same way like Danny and Preston. Danny caught Preston on a date, once or twice, and she felt like she had the right to get mad, despite the fact that he walked in on her twice with 2 guys at different times. Then Andy, when it comes to Gary, hey, say what you want, but Gary is the only character in this show who has been seen to try to get therapy. Whenever Andy wanted to start a fight and Gary didn't reciprocate those angry feelings. Andy got pissed and she decided to go sleep with Robin twice or 3 times, I think, one being a threesome. And then with Sabrina, well, Sabrina's just weird. I don't know what the Calvin thing is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Why the hell is Aaron so insistent on pursuing Karen? And what do you think he should do? Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. I'll catch you in the next one.